Okay, so here we are on day 4, March 19th, and I wanted to remind you to check back on Mo Willems every day. He does a different episode every day at lunchtime, and they're really good. Also, I wanted to remind you that the edible Play-Doh, make sure it's completely sealed, otherwise it will go bad, but in a good seal should last for about a month. Oh, and one more thing. I forgot to tell you how much was in the estimation jar at the end of yesterday's episode, like I promised. So we'll go through it today and see if your estimation was close to how much is really in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Did you get close to 11? I hope you did. Okay, so we're going to work on the letter E. We're going to write it like we do every day. You want to make sure that you have your smiley face up at the corner, and we try to always start where the smile is. Today I'm going to make it as big as the paper, and then I'm going to make it really small. See if you can do big and small as well. So I'm going to start at the smiley face. I'm going to go all the way down. And then, oh, you know what? Let me talk to you for a minute. Being a left-hander, I like to pull my letters in toward the base, like I've been teaching you all along. But it was pointed out to me that right-handers do the opposite, that they start at the line and go out. So today I'm going to start at the line and go out. Sometimes left-handers just do things a little differently. Now that's a very big E. Let's see how small I can make my capital E. Wow, what a big difference. I would like you to try one big capital E and one small capital E, and maybe some other E's. See if you can fill up the page. After you've done a really big E and a really small E, we'll try lowercase e's. Now for this one, I'm going to go the whole page. So I'm going to start in the middle, go out, and all the way around. Oh my goodness, that truly is a big E. Now I'm going to try and make my smallest lowercase e. Out and around. Whoa, that's a pretty small one, but I think I can go smaller. Out and around. Oh yeah, much smaller. So I have my capital E and my lowercase e. I tried doing it big, and now I tried doing it small. But I don't think this is big enough. Do you think we can go even bigger? Well, to do that, I'm probably going to need a bigger piece of paper. And since I don't have one, I am going to go to a bigger spot. Moms and dads, brothers and sisters, we've been letting them try different things because it gets boring working on paper, so I'm going to go to the window. Now, it may be kind of hard to see my E. You may have to look really hard because I don't have anything behind it, but I'm going to put a really big smiley face right here. That kind of gives you an idea as to how big my E is going to be. I'm going to go straight down, just like we do with the capital E. Oh my goodness. Have you ever seen a letter that big? And now I'm going to finish my E with the 3 lines that go across. Top, middle, bottom. Oh, I got to step back and look at that really cool E. Yep, that's a pretty big E. It's almost as big as Miss Mary. Now, since I made a really big capital E, I'm going to get down and see if I can make a really big lowercase e. Just like we learned before, between those two lines, I'm going to find the middle, go across, and all the way around. Much bigger than a piece of paper. So today your challenge is to try to write a really big E and a really small E. Let me finish my window with some really small E's. Yeah, those are pretty small. Today's challenge, really big, really small. Well, every day we've been writing a letter to someone else, and today is no different. Today we're going to write to someone in our family. So I'm going to write to my husband because he's not home right now and he can't see me write the letter. I'm going to start with dear, and I'm going to put husband. Dear husband, hello. How was work today? Did you get wet? See, my husband is a mailman. I'm sure he's getting wet. Tonight we are having, I'm going to give him a heads up as to what dinner is. Hamburgers. And French fries. For dinner. I hope you like them, and that's all I'm going to put. Now remember, before you do your picture, we should always end with our signature at the end. So we're going to put love, L-O-V-E, comma, and your name. Now, since I talked about hamburgers and French fries, I think I'm going to draw dinner for him. So here's my hamburger. Get some lettuce in there, bun at the bottom. There's my hamburger, and now I need some French fries. Those are pretty easy. Those are just sticks. We got a pile of them. And I need all of that on a plate because I don't want it on just the table. All right, we'll give him a glass of something to drink. I haven't figured that out yet. Now, we haven't used colored pencils yet, so today I figured I would color with colored pencils. Let me get my bun going. Remember, Miss Mary colors quickly, but I don't want scribble scrabble from you. Try and stay in the lines. Try to make sure that you get all the white colored in, that you don't leave any gaps. Here's some lettuce on my burger, so I gotta color that green. Where's my brown? I need a good brown for the burger. Here's one. Oh, actually that looks pretty good. Starting to look yummy. I don't think I can feed these to my husband though. I don't think he'd like that. Let's get our French fries colored in. I know Miss Mary's coloring very fast because I don't want to spend too much time on it. You spend more time on your work. Make it your very best. Make your dad or whoever you're writing to happy to get the letter. Let's see. I'm going to put all this on a blue plate because I actually have some blue plates in my kitchen. Okay, make sure I get most of that white all colored in, even in the corners where it's kind of hard. Practice, practice, practice. And I think because he's been working so hard today, when he gets home, will give him a soda. He doesn't normally get sodas, but I'll be nice to him today because he's having to work in the rain. So I'll put some bubbles in there. I'm going to have a big glass of milk with mine. I love it. All right, so we wrote our letter. Make sure you color it in nicely. If your family member doesn't live with you at home, have mom and dad stick it in the mail. Mom help them out with the address and the stamp. Let's keep them busy. Let's keep them thinking about family members. Let's keep them writing, even if they're just practicing writing their name. Holding things, holding objects and working with them, like the crayons, the markers, the pens are all great hand-eye coordination and muscle practicing for holding pens and pencils later on. Creativity is a must. If they're not big fans of drawing their own picture, you can download pictures off the internet, print them, and have the kids, if you don't have a coloring book, but have practice with this every day. Today we're going to be reading The Snowy Day. I know it's not snowy here, but it's pretty cold. And this book is written by Ezra Jack Keats. The Snowy Day. Wow, look at his snowsuit. He looks ready for the snow. One winter morning, Peter woke up and looked out the window. Snow had fallen during the night. It covered everything as far as he could see. Oh man, can you imagine looking out your bedroom window and seeing all that snow? Whew. After breakfast, he put on his snowsuit and ran outside. The snow was piled up very high along the street to make a path for walking. Oh, Miss Mary would sure be climbing up this snow. You know it. I couldn't resist it if I saw it. Crunch, crunch, crunch. His feet sank into the snow. He walked with his toes pointing out like this. He walked with his toes pointing in like that. Oh my goodness, he looks like a penguin the way he's walking. Then he dragged his feet slowly to make tracks. Ooh, almost looks like train tracks. And he found something sticking out of the snow that made a new track. Must have found it right there because that's where the 2 lines become 3 lines. It was a stick that was just right for smacking a snow-covered tree. What do you think is going to happen? He just hit the tree. You can see the snow. It's all off of the tree. I wonder where it's going to go. Down fell the snow, plop, on top of Peter's head. Serves him right for smacking the tree. Of course he got covered in snow. However, with that cool snowsuit, I don't think he's in any trouble. He keeps walking. He thought it would be fun to join the big boys in their snowball fight, but he knew he wasn't old enough. Not yet. Yeah, the big kids can sometimes do things that are just too much for little kids. Peter's smart for waiting. So he made a smiling snowman. Cool. And he made angels. I love the top of his snowsuit. It makes a cool top on the angel. He pretended he was a mountain climber. He climbed up a great big, tall, heaping mountain of snow and slid all the way down. Oh, now I kind of wish I was with Peter. This is looking like a fun day. He picked up a handful of snow and another and still another. He packed it round and firm and put the snowball in his pocket for tomorrow. Then he went into his warm house. He told his mother all about his adventures while she took off his wet socks. And he thought and thought and thought about them. Wow. I think he's warming up in the warm bathtub. Before he got into bed, he looked in his pocket. His pocket was empty. The snowball wasn't there. He felt very sad. Oh, I wonder what happened to it. Do you know what happened to the snowball? While he slept, he dreamed that the sun had melted all the snow all away. But when he woke up, his dream was gone. The snow was still everywhere. New snow was falling. After breakfast, he called his friend from across the hall, and they went out together into the deep, deep snow. Oh, do you think they're going to have fun together? I think this is going to be an even better day for Peter because now he'll have someone his age to play with. Kind of cool, but I'd watch out with all that snow falling. Okay, so we're going to go back to math, and we're going to practice our number 7. Let's put our happy face at the top, and remember that we go out and then down at an angle. And make sure that the leg that goes down is longer than the leg that goes across. Because a stubby 7, it just doesn't look right. Make sure you go out and down and make that one longer than the one you started with. Practice. Fill up your whole page with 7s. Make it interesting. I've got a few here, but I bet you can do more than I can. Really have some fun practicing with that. Another good way to practice your numbers is to count that number. I have a couple volunteers today that are going to let me count to them. I'm going to practice counting to 7. Let me first practice counting to Paula. Paula, are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thank you, Paula. She listened to me and gave me kisses. That's an extra special treat for me. Mwah. And now I have another visitor who's going to let me count to him. This one's Chilla. Hi, Chilla. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thank you, Chilla. I really appreciate that. You can go play with Poppy now if you want to. I'm going to practice counting to 7 some more. Let's see if I can count to you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think that's enough practicing. I'm going to get a stuffed animal. This is Peppermint. He's a pretty small stuffed animal, but he's got really good listening ears, and maybe he can listen to me count to 7. You ready, Peppermint? Oh, okay, Peppermint. Here I go. 1, 2. Oh, I just forgot what comes next. Thank you, Peppermint. 1, 2, 3, 4. I kind of forgot what comes after 4. I don't know why I'm forgetting. 5. Oh, Peppermint, you're such a big help. Let me do this again. I got this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 17. No. Oh, I messed up, didn't I? Peppermint, why don't you count for me? Maybe you can do a better job. I'm on it. Okay, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect, Peppermint. I should have known better. I don't know why I suddenly forgot my numbers. Let's see. I've counted to Chilla, to Paula, to you, and to the kids at home. That's 4 times I counted to the number 7. Kids at least 4 times, but I bet you can count to more people than I did. And more stuffed animals than I did. And more pets than I did. Okay, so now I'm in the kitchen, but today we're really not going to cook. I wanted to show you guys a cool experiment that you could do at home. Moms, dads, brothers, sisters, all you need is a bowl full of water, some pepper, and a little bit of dishwashing soap. So I've got my bowl full of water, and kids, we're going to talk about washing hands. Everybody's been talking about washing hands lately. Your teachers did before you came home from school. I'm sure your parents have been talking about it and why it's really important. But today I'm going to show you why it's really important. See, our hands touch a lot of things during the day, and we accidentally pick up things called germs. Now, it takes a lot of germs to get you sick, so having a couple on you really isn't too big of a deal as long as you wash your hands. It keeps the numbers down so we don't get sick. And that's why your parents are telling you it's so important to use lots of soap and water and wash your hands. Let me show you. We're going to pretend that this is a place where you play. And we're going to pour some germs where you play. Now, germs are usually so small you can't see them. They're usually invisible. And when you go to play there, you go like this. Uh-oh, you can see that some of those germs stuck to my finger. That's probably not good. So I'm going to try to wash my hands and see if that helps. I'm going to stick my finger in some dishwashing soap, and I'm going to pretend I'm washing my hands. You know, like the teachers make you. Rub between your fingers, rub around your thumb, rub on the back, rub on the front, get around the wrist, do your ABC song, sing happy birthday 2 times, get everything nice and clean. Well, now I just did that. Here is my clean finger, and I'm going to put it back in the place where I play. See if you can tell me what happens. When I pull my finger out, there are no germs because I've kept my fingers clean. So when your parents are telling you to do all that, rub between your fingers, rub the front, rub the back, rub around your thumb, rub your wrist, scrub, 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 sing happy birthday twice, do the ABC song. They're trying to keep germs off of your hands, and you should listen to them and do the very best you can. Try this experiment at home. It's fun, it's easy, you'll enjoy it. Well, it's time for the last thing for the day, which is the website of the day. Chilla came back. He's a little tired, but Chilla came back because he wanted to be here when I talked to you about it. Today's website is something called ABC Ya. The kids already know all about it because they do get to use it in the classrooms and in computer lab. And although it is a paid website. You have to pay for some of the more advanced games. There are certainly a lot of games on it for the kids that are free. I encourage you to check it out. It's called ABC Ya, and it's spelled ABCYA.com. It's definitely a good website to check out. The kids can teach you which one's their favorite games. Don't forget to go back and check the other websites. Starfall is really one the kids could spend some time on. And we still have scholastic.com and the kennedysenator.org education. Mo Willems page. He puts up new videos every day. I heavily encourage you, if the kids are going to be on the computer, that they're at least doing something fun and educational. Hope to see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.